What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another highly combustible reaction. We're jumping into something. Chicken Shoot, worst game on the Wii, just bad games. If you enjoy it, get over and show Rerez all the love in the world. I'm already subbed up now. I'm subscribing. I'm hitting the like button. You guys go do the same thing. Their link is right there inside the description. It's coming at us from Deku88. Much love. Let's jump in. Let's see what we got. I don't even know if I remember Chicken Shoot. I would have to see the game first. Obviously, if I did play it, it wasn't that memorable.
Chicken Shoot is a game developed by Toontrax. It was first released to PC in the year 2000. In subsequent years, the game was ported to many platforms: mobile, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS.
But today, we're going to be talking about the most special release of the game, the 2007 Wii port.
Check out this box art. Go on, take it all in.
They like that drawing of a cowering hen that their nephew made so much that they copied and pasted it over and over and over.
Okay, I see what you're doing to me. This is going to be one of the greatest narrated game things of all time. This is going to be hilarious.
You made so much that they copied and pasted it over and over and over again.
Great job. Those birds truly look ashamed to be attached to this product.
Now let's find out why.
When you start the game, you're greeted with the main menu, a bunch of chickens nibbling away at some feed, and a background layer that, to put it simply, looks rough.
The art assets look like they were done in watercolor with some obvious attention to detail.
He's talking about the little dot? I see the little dot, some obvious attention to detail.
Got wonderful textures and design that make it all feel like effort and skill was placed into every single anus. The title offers several game modes. You've got arcade, classic, and catch an egg. We're gonna try out arcade first.
The camera pans and we've got, oh, a farmer just sleeping on a deadly weapon.
He wakes up to the hens nibbling away at some feed bags and decides he's had enough, and he shoots out somewhere.
Isn't that what hens are supposed to do? Is nibble away at feed bags? Most farmers that hens are eating don't shoot them. This is a very awkward farming situation. That's a very, I don't understand how his well works either. I don't understand how that well works very well.
Nibbling away at some feed bags and decides he's had enough, and he shoots out somewhere to the distance, certainly nowhere near the actual chickens.
And that, dear children, is how we lost Lumpy, the lovable barn cat.
Shortly afterward,
rest in peace, Lumpy. Listen, if you're 5 feet away, you should be able to hit a chicken with a shotgun. I'm just throwing it out there.
Into the first level of the game, the village. Now, as you can see, Chicken Shoot is an arcade shooting gallery style game where you shoot chickens. In the Wii version, you use the Wiimote to aim, shoot, and look around the level.
Which, by the way, is simply the worst way to control your view.
Horrible
if something's in the corner and you need
view.
to aim at it, your view shifts along with your aiming. It's just a terrible way to move around the level.
And on inspecting the level, we immediately started seeing visual quirks, from little things like an inconsistent black outline on layers, to bigger things like background layers being cut off at the bottom of the screen. I guess the developers thought that players would be too lazy to scroll down that far.
Speaking of visuals, at first we saw some of the animations of the chickens and figured, hey, maybe the creative team actually put some effort into the assets of this game.
Is that a pair of pants with a poop chute?
That's some kind of weird ass pair of pants that I ain't never seen before. You've got your eye on some things. You do. That's the weirdest. What kind of chickens are wearing pants in the first place? This farmer sounds like a creep.
Effort into the assets of this game.
Is that a pair of pants with a poop chute? Shoot?
I'd rather not talk about it.
One of the glaringly bad animated bits in arcade mode is the farmer at the bottom of the screen. At first, we thought this did absolutely nothing except emote poorly.
Shoot a chicken and you'll chuckle, or shoot a chicken and you'll
What's
do nothing.
He doing down
Turns
there?
out this farmer is actually your health bar. More specifically, the wood behind him. Yeah, look closely. See that barely visible line being carved into the wood? That's how much damage you've taken.
And as the levels progress, the visuals don't get much better. Besides the farmer and chickens being animated, levels have very few moving elements. In the second level, we have this tree swing continuously moving. You can't shoot it. It's not interactive in any way. It's just actually kind of ominous.
Wait, I think I see something.
I'm the ghost of the money you wasted on this terrible
Back to the animated chickens in this game, every level reuses
Now I need to go check this game out.
many
I
of
do.
the same assets. Only sometimes they change the assets in the laziest way possible.
In the Himalaya level, the chickens have warm hats.
In the Rocky Island level, they have sunglasses.
In the Nevada desert level, they're wearing little Native American headdresses.
These are all the same assets, but they've just been barely changed.
But barely changing assets isn't enough, because just putting a winter hat on a sunbathing chicken on a snow-covered mountain looks stupid.
Or how about this
It does
chicken
look
knitting a
stupid.
scarf in the desert?
Or this chicken right here doing the laundry anywhere and everywhere. I wash and wash, but the stink of this game doesn't come off.
Now look, folks, we get it. Looks are subjective. You might
priceless.
actually really like all of these visuals.
So of course, this game needed to destroy your ears as well.
First, you've got terrible music that plays on a loop. Stuff that sounds like this.
No, that's not the real game music. That's impossible. There's no way.
A loop. Stuff that sounds like this.
Oh, you think you can handle that? Now pair it with gunshots and chicken squeals.
I'm starting to wonder why this farmer's even shooting these birds.
No
There's a cool
kidding.
chicken dancing to some tunes, one reading a newspaper. We even have a chicken flying
You don't have to actually shoot the chicken that's doing the laundry, like those ones, right?
a freaking airplane.
We've
Seems a
got
little wrong.
self-aware, highly intelligent poultry minding their own business, and this farmer couldn't care less. He's
You
on a
do.
mission to avenge something.
Okay, fine. Well, if the game solely relies on its gunplay, how does it feel?
That was a mummy chicken.
Really,
I saw that.
really bad.
Despite the Wiimote being reasonably responsive, the hitboxes of your enemies seem to shrug off your shots randomly. I swear I'm hitting them. They just don't register the hit.
They had one job. Make
That's the immortal chicken. That's what that is. The immortal chicken.
a shooting gallery game. All they needed to do was to make sure you could shoot things in that gallery.
Check this out. Leaves in the game are bulletproof. If a chicken happens to be flying behind them, you can't hit them.
Same goes for the eggs.
These highly agitated farm fowl have had enough and fight back against the trigger-happy farmer by hurling eggs at him.
This is what happens when you have a kind of an okay idea for a game and you just decide to do it by yourself, I think. I can't see that a whole team of people would have worked on this. I feel like maybe the whole team of people dropped the ball and somebody was like, I got y'all. And they just went with it. Maybe we got, I don't know. Maybe we hired our designers from wish.com or something. I don't know.
If one splats on the screen, you
I don't
can't
feel like
shoot
this could have
through
been a
it.
whole
How could that
development
be a
team behind
problem?
this. I really
Eggs are
don't.
flying at you like frickin' raindrops. You don't even have to be looking at the egg for it to hit your screen. And the viewing controls combined with the consistent nature of everything happening all at once prevents you from avoiding these constant yoky projectiles. And yes, even if you don't see it happen, you will lose health.
By the way, chucking your possible unborn at your
I
enemies,
was just
that's
thinking
just
the
about
same
the darkest thing I can possibly.
Why would the chicken be throwing their unborn children at the farmer? Have you ever seen a chicken throw their egg at somebody? Like, if it was a defense mechanism, I could see it.
Your possible unborn at your enemies, that's just about the darkest thing I can possibly think of.
But
Right.
if you do happen to hit your targets, things get incredibly messy visually. Look at the perspective of this chicken falling behind these mountains. That chicken is massive.
Aside from
That was a
firing at
giant
regular
chicken.
chickens, there are bosses as well. Kinda. I mean, you may not even know they're bosses at first. They're just recycled regular enemies surrounded by sparkly bits. They take multiple shots. Well, sometimes, and other times it's just one shot. They give no indication that they're being hit, and when they die, the level abruptly ends.
There are a bunch of weapons in the game too, but besides a change in firing sound, they feel almost exactly like your standard shot. Sometimes you get a screen-clearing bomb, but other than that, there are really no fun variations in gameplay.
When you finally get to the last level, the chickens are in Asia.
So, how do you make the chickens look Asian, you might ask?
Oh, no.
assume that they were trying to give them traditional Asian farmer hats.
Yeah, that's great. Only they look like traffic cones.
That is a
Let's not
traffic
forget
cone
our
all the
special
way.
little friend, the chicken that is just about to hatch.
How do you greet this newborn life into the world?
Shoot it.
Shoot it again.
Don't stop shooting it.
This chicken right here doesn't actually die or respawn, but you do get points.
So if you just unload on this
Infinite
plucky
points.
fowl without end, you'll actually clear the stage.
Or so we thought. It might look like you finished the game, but this is a fake out.
Remember how we said that it was difficult to see your health? Yeah, well here's just how hard it is to see.
This whole section, shooting and earning points, was actually costing us precious life. Every time you shoot the chicken inside the egg, you lose health. Look at it. You're done.
I mean, I guess at least they got some sort of a moral compass where you shouldn't be killing the baby chickens, but the adult chickens are perfectly fine, especially when they're laid back on a lounge chair doing their laundry.
We actually failed at the game and had to restart all the way from the beginning.
This is
That's that butthole
insane.
again.
We were taught the whole game that shooting chickens
And eggs.
was totally okay and even encouraged.
But suddenly, for no reason, meet the one character that has to be spared no matter what, with no explanation whatsoever.
Now, you're probably asking yourself, how long is this whole experience?
Well, let me check my watch. About 30 minutes!
Okay, let's keep in mind
30
they
minutes
actually
of
charged
chicken
money
shooting.
for this.
That's it. 30 minutes.
Right a f***ing West! People bought this, brought it home, and cleared it faster than it likely took to bring it back home from the game store.
Probably took them a shorter amount of time than it took to make the game.
There simply has to be more game here though, right? Let's try classic mode.
Oh, will you look at that? It's the exact same gameplay. But now you have to get a certain amount of points in a set amount of time. Even on hard mode, this is ridiculously easy. It sucks.
Hey look, there's a multiplayer mode too.
It sucks.
I guess that brings us to the only other game mode on the main menu. Catch an egg.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is legendary. Let me describe a simple game concept to you. You've got 4 chickens, each one randomly laying an egg. Once laid, the eggs begin to travel down a slide. You control a character who must catch the eggs with a basket before they fall and break on the ground.
You'd expect the controls to be performed with
You'd expect to be able to see the egg actually going into the basket. You'd expect it to be better than this for sure. Chickens don't lay that eggs like they're not just a factory of eggs. They don't just one right after the other for eternity.
Eggs with a basket before they fall and break on the ground.
You'd expect the controls to be performed with a couple quick button presses. Likely you'd use a directional pad.
Instead of using buttons, you control this idiot farmer collecting eggs by physically waving your hand around with the Wii remote.
Motion controls. People love them.
Controlling the farmer is done invisibly in the air. You swing your Wii remote all around with no rhyme or reason, with the ever so slight possibility that maybe you might possibly catch a freaking egg.
I have never experienced controls this bad before in any Wii game I've ever played.
If you were in any way hoping to add some extra game time to this already criminally short game, well, you'll only find 30 seconds at best here before you chuck the Wii remote at your screen.
This is
I
a
believe it.
complete failure of a game. Chicken Shoot controls terribly. It sounds awful. It's ugly. It's lazy. It's a complete and utter waste of everyone's time.
It's just bad.
It's just bad. I totally agree with her. I never even played that game, but I agree. A lot more could have been done with that. A lot more could have been done with that. I feel like Nintendo said, hey, where's our new guy? Make us a game. Like one person, make us a game. You have 24 hours. And then they were like, yeah, let's put that out into the world. Rerez, telling it like it is for sure. Get over, show the love on his channel. The link's right there inside the description. Chicken Shoot. I don't think I'm going to go play that game after all. Shout out to Deku88 for the request. Tell the next one of Mildly Combustible. You guys be happy, healthy, safe. But let me to the moon and back, peace.